Welcome everyone. The Capricorn woman. Do subscribe and share. The Capricorn woman can be ultra feminine, flirtatious, and charming enough to make a man feel like a giant grizzly bear who can protect her from the cold, cruel world. Or she can be icy, quiet, and aloof, sitting securely on her marble pedestal and challenging you to be clever enough to win her superior hand. Whichever personality she projects underneath her womanly wiles or her practical, sensible manner, she has the same goal: a steely determination to snag the right man who can become important, make her proud, and is a good father to her children. So many Capricorn women are career girls. You might think love and marriage would always be a second choice. With love, you have a point. With marriage, no. The thing to understand is that the Capricorn girls are security, authority, respect, and position. It makes little difference if these needs are supplied in front of a blackboard or a school teacher, behind a desk as an executive, or beside an ambitious husband whose social life and home she can manage with easy grace and careful planning. One way or another, the Capricorn woman will get her recognition. Some of them get it by writing books, lecturing, painting, or composing music. It's surprising how many Capricorns of both sexes have unusual artistic talent. Perhaps it stems from an innate sense of balance and harmony, knowing what is pleasing and what is right or correct. Don't be misled into thinking she'll never sacrifice her career for marriage. Just give this girl half a chance to be a social leader and the mistress of a well-run household, and you see how quickly she loses interest in her job. If you need her to, the Capricorn woman will gladly continue working to help you climb up the mountain of success. She won't be lazy. Otherwise, however, she is happier enjoying her position as your wife, provided the position is a good one and there's enough financial security. Any man who's involved in a relationship with the female goat should learn a basic fact about the sun sign. She seems to be more even-tempered and emotionally steady than she actually is. Her manner may convince you that she's as firm as a rock and nothing can ruffle her calm surface. The truth is that she's subject to many moods. All women are subject to moods, you say, but the Capricorn girl can have some really black and long-lasting ones. If she feels mistreated or unappreciated, she'll brood for days, weeks, or even months. These women do not accept teasing lightly. Keep it at a minimum. To be honest, they find it impossible to see the joke when they are the victims. You don't have to bury her in compliments constantly, but don't kid her about important matters and praise her often enough to make her realize you know her true value. It's hard for her to relax in romantic situations. There's plenty of physical desire under the cool Capricorn surface, far more than most people suspect, and is never satisfied casually. Sitting around and wasting time with breathless hugs and ecstatic kisses while the future is still hanging unsettled is definitely not her favorite hobby. Yet, once she's decided you are the right man and the finances are secure or your ambition is sufficient, she'll be as warm as a cuddly panda, affectionate and even passionate. Capricorns don't believe in vague dreams that glide aimlessly through a misty blue sky. They want to know where the ship of the romance is taking them, or is it sailing on safe water? Build a firm foundation under your house if you plan to carry a Capricorn girl over a threshold. Capricorn women have a fresh beauty of their own. You'll rarely find one who's not unusually attractive. Yet they are timid and unsure about their appearance, and you may find them needing constant reassurance that they are pretty. It would be a terrible mistake to snub her family. The man who marries a Capricorn girl marries her relatives. There's no point in thinking that yours is different. She's not. Somewhere along the line, you'll stop laughing at mother-in-law jokes. In fact, you may cry instead. Many times, the Saturn female is the sole support of her family, financially or morally, or both. She may care for an ill parent with devotion to the point of relinquishing the idea of marriage completely. Often, she'll enjoy the sacrifice because of her honest love for her family. But even if she resents it, her strong sense of responsibility and duty will not permit her to escape. She'll probably instill both thrift and respect for quality in the youngsters. She'll teach them to eat it up, wear it out, make it do or do without. Still, they'll be served the best cuts of meat, and she'll buy them the finest make of shoes. To her, economy does not have to mean cheap. The children will be expected to be polite to relatives and elders, and they'll probably learn excellent manners. Only a wise Capricorn maiden could look deep into the eyes of an awkward frog and see that he's really a prince in disguise. So, be brave enough. Go ahead and marry her. Not only that, if you marry her, you'll never run out of clean socks. I think that should be an aim to really get in with one Capricorn girl for yourself. Okay, all the best. Thank you so much for listening. Please do subscribe. Welcome everyone. Let's talk about the Capricorn child. Do subscribe and share. If you are one of those people mothers hate because you think all newborn infants look like old men and women, save your description for a Capricorn baby and you won't get so much resistance. Tiny Capricorns do resemble miniature octogenarians. They look old in their youth and young in their old age. That little wrinkled prune of a face in the bassinet will someday be smooth and unlined when other faces are sagging. Maybe it has something to do with being born in January, the old year going out and the new year coming in. If you have a Capricorn child, you'll notice the inconsistency soon enough From the time he's an infant, your self-contained little Cappy will make you feel somewhat uneasy with his strange maturity. You'll say something cheerful to him, like, "Does itty bitty baby boo want a nicey sugary cake?" And he'll give you a serious, thoughtful look, exactly as though he's wondering just how silly you can get. It doesn't take many of those looks to shame the average parent right out of baby talk. Capricorn youngsters are strong-willed and positive in their tastes, but they don't make a big fuss in expressing them. Your little goat won't throw a temper tantrum or dramatically pound his fist in the mashed potatoes, but he'll manage to communicate his negative reactions quite plainly. A mother may feel vaguely intimidated by a Capricorn baby, but she can't put her finger on the exact reason. Somehow he makes her feel, he makes her feel foolish and flighty. Let's be very truthful. He makes her feel like the child instead of the parent. This infant isn't the kind to waver or succumb to wishful thinking. He crawls or waddles deliberately to the place he wants to reach. You rather get the feeling he organized it all carefully in his mind while you were changing his diaper, and now he's going to follow through. He's nothing if not definite. If it isn't anything important, you will probably, make him accept the disappointment without tearful scenes. As he grows older, your Capricorn offspring will begin to organize his life into a routine. He'll keep his toys in a certain place and will be quite put out if you move them or disturb his system. If he's a typical Saturn child, he'll usually adapt naturally to meantime schedules and potty time, and he'll have less interest in childish tricks or youthful pranks than other youngsters. School is seldom a struggle for young Capricorn students, unless he has a conflicting ascendant or the moon was in a restless sign at birth. This youngster will be remarkably responsible about homework. He will walk into the house, hang up his coat and sit down immediately to tackle his lessons. If he's a true Capricorn, he can't enjoy his play until he's first attended to duty. When he's ready for leisure, the Saturn play often takes the form of pretending to be an adult. Little Capricorn girls love to play dress up in their mom's clothes. Sometimes they'll suggest, "You be the baby and I'll be the mommy," which could make you a bit uncomfortable because that little one will be strangely convincing in the reverse role. You'll feel like a complete fool standing in the playpen and gurgling while she peers over her big spectacles, wearing your high heels and pearls, and says firmly, "Do be still or you'll go to bed without any supper." You get the impression you'd better stop the play quickly or she really will put you to bed. Sometimes the Capricorn child will become a pretend parent for small pets and be quite serious about the responsibility. Capricorn children also like to paint or draw and listen to music, but they won't waste many leisure hours in aimless games. Frequently, they'll be absorbed in making something practical. Teachers usually find the Capricorn child pleasant to instruct, and they may lose patience with his slow, stubborn methods of learning. Still, the teacher will seldom complain of frivolous daydreaming or neglect of studies. These youngsters are normally very good scholars after they've grasped the fundamentals. They don't learn quickly or project flashy brilliance, but they are thorough and careful. Saturn concentration is nothing to sneeze at. It wins prizes and gets all the A's. When your young good brings home a report card with behavior marks that says he's obedient, studious and reliable, but he's reluctant to participate in class discussions, refuses to recite, is timid, lacks confidence, and doesn't mix well with the other students, you'll begin to worry that you've raised an introverted bookworm, a hopelessly antisocial creature. Then, one day, your little Capricorn will casually mention that he has to be in school early to call the roll. Why do you have to call the roll? You'll ask. The answer will be a shock. Oh, because I'm president of the class. When you exclaim, why didn't you tell us? He'll reply with offhand modesty. It isn't that important. But he'll be blushing and pleased. It's the pattern for his adult life. An occasional Capricorn youngster will coldly dictate to weaker friends or siblings with a stubborn will, which can amount to childish cruelty, but far more often the Capricorn child will submit to more dominant sun signs. Don't worry, he can take care of himself. Around members of the opposite sex, little goats will be bashful but intensely interested. You'll hear remarks like, boys are drippy goons and girls are stupid creeps, but they'll get mysteriously excited about Valentine's Day in school and send a pack of cards signed, Guess Who? Romantically, adolescents can be painful. They'll need encouragement and careful handling when dating begins. It's a blessing to be the parents of a January boy or girl. With very few exceptions, it's like a gift from the gods. So go out and give a tight hug to a Capricorn youngster. Thanks for listening. Do subscribe and share.